The Minnesota Timberwolves have one more chance. The Karl-Anthony Towns era in Minnesota can be coming to an end. Ever since Karl-Anthony Towns entered the league, he has been one of the NBA's best big men, one of the most offensively skilled centers ever, but he's been trapped in a bad organization that hasn't allowed him to show his talent on any grand stage. Him and Wiggins were supposed to be the next young duo in the NBA, but Andrew Wiggins never turned out to be the player everyone expected him to be. After disappointing 6 seasons, Andrew Wiggins was traded to Golden State in return for D'Angelo Russell. But is this new duo in Minnesota enough to really compete for a playoff spot in the Western Conference? There are some legit questions, but this is where the Wolves have a little bit more hope. This takes us to the first pick that they have in this upcoming draft. If they make the correct decision with this pick, they have the chance to turn this franchise around for the better and actually give Cat a position to win for the first time in his career. Rumors have come out talking about how the Wolves could trade the pick for a win-now player, whatever that means, and whoever they're targeting. We've also seen rumors about certain players that they're interested in for this draft. This is all speculation, of course, but the Wolves better hope they make the right decision, whether that's trading the pick and becoming more competitive now, or drafting another young star and adding even more young talent to their squad. If they make the wrong decision, if the win-now player they trade for doesn't work out chemistry-wise, or just doesn't improve their team as much as they hoped, they can say goodbye to Karl-Anthony Towns. If they draft someone who turns out to not be that good or just doesn't work out for this team, again, they can say goodbye to Karl-Anthony Towns. The clock is ticking. Towns just finished his 5th year and has made the playoffs once. 0 times without Jimmy Butler. Disappointing season after disappointing season. If Cat is gone, they'll reach another level of irrelevance that is just tough to reach for any other NBA team, and probably won't get another player of Karl-Anthony Towns' caliber for a very long time. They've lost their franchise player once, and they're a bad enough franchise to do it again. Will the Minnesota Timberwolves save their franchise? The clock is ticking. Disappointing year after disappointing year in Minnesota has left Karl-Anthony Towns craving some sort of success. At the bare minimum, the Wolves must be in contention for a playoff spot next season. Without some major improvement, their franchise player will most likely be gone once again. Going into next season, the question for the Wolves is surrounding their roster, and if Karl-Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, and whoever they draft or trade for is enough in the Western Conference. With teams like the Grizzlies, Pelicans, and Spurs being left out of the playoffs, it won't be any easier for the Timberwolves. With teams like the Warriors and the Blazers going to be more healthy next season, they will be higher in the standings as well. When looking at D'Angelo Russell and Karl-Anthony Towns, in my mind, they will be a great enough duo to lead a team to the playoffs. The rest of the roster needs a lot of work, but I have trust in those two. D'Lo really showed how good he is as an NBA player in Brooklyn, with a lot of questions surrounding him coming to the league early in LA. He was the best player in Brooklyn, and they made the playoffs. He's one of the best mid-range shooters in the game, and he can run the point guard or the shooting guard position. And we know how good Cat is, the best three-point shooting big man in the league, with the ability to score down low as well. He shot 41% from 3 on 8 attempts this year. That's crazy for anyone, and even crazier for a big man. So on the offensive end, D'Lo and Cat will be great, not to mention if they draft a guy like Anthony Edwards, who many believe can come in and have an immediate impact on a franchise. A guy you could put next to D'Lo in the backcourt, along with Malik Beasley, who showed some flashes in his 14 games with the Timberwolves. So the question for this Wolves team is not on the offensive end, but on the other side of the ball. The biggest question surrounding Karl-Anthony Towns throughout his whole career as a basketball player is definitely his defense, and not only defensive ability, but also defensive willingness. The same can be said for D'Angelo Russell, who is purely an offensive player. The best defender on this team may be none other than James Johnson. Rather than going after potential offensive superstar like Anthony Edwards or LaMelo Ball, the best bet for Minnesota may be going after a more defensive-minded guy in the draft who will still provide solid offense. Maybe trading down in the draft and acquiring some more depth while still having a lottery pick is the best option for the T-Wolves because they need a lot of help on the defensive end. Or possibly trading the pick for an already established defensive stud who also brings a lot of value on offense. What's the value of having a great offense if you're just going to give the points right back up on the other end? With all of this being said, I'm definitely not counting the Wolves out for the playoffs next season. They just have a lot to a lot to figure out and a lot of right moves to make, which is something they're not really accustomed to doing because they're just that bad of a franchise. But I do want to see Karl-Anthony Towns compete where he was drafted, but his time there could be coming to a close. In today's day and age, star players won't hesitate to cut their ties with a franchise. As an NBA franchise, you only have so much time with your franchise player to show them that you're really about it. They can really put them in a great position to win compared to other options that they have. We've seen AD do it, we've seen Kawhi do it, we've seen LeBron and KD do it too. Great players will take control of their careers and move on if you don't suffice as a franchise. We might have to add Karl-Anthony Towns to this list of players sooner rather than later.
Let me see it.
With Karl-Anthony Towns being as great a player as he has all the leverage with his Timberwolves franchise. Like I said, in today's league, the players have all the power. If you are good enough, you can demand a trade at any point. Cat is one of these guys. And with how good he is and how young he is, any team would give up a whole lot for him. If the Wolves have yet another disappointing season, I believe Cat will be gone after a year or two. They must be in contention for a playoff spot or make some heavy improvements next season. They have a big decision coming up with his first pick and they can't mess that up. But Towns has all of the leverage, and with his offensive skill set, he can fit in anywhere, especially with his elite three-point shooting combined with the ability to bang down low in the paint. He is dangerous on the offensive end, and I have no doubt that he can be a part of a championship team right now. Not as the best player on the team, but one of the main pieces. If we were to pair him with another superstar or a superstar in this league, because Cat's not really a superstar right now. Cat knows this too, of course, and his decision may be coming sooner rather than later. And if Cat's gone, that will probably invite the exit of D'Angelo Russell in Minnesota as well. The Timberwolves are in danger of losing their franchise player, and they're running out of time. Thank you guys for watching this man RASHAD with Hoops Times 2. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and want to see more NBA content like this. Hit the like button if you like this video. It helps me out a lot. Peace out.